All right, welcome to the TruckLogics webinar for today. We are talking about driver settlements in TruckLogics. And so I've got Christy here with me. My name is Amber, and I am from Express Truck Tax, and I handle a lot of the trucking industry things here at Span Enterprises, one being TruckLogics, and then again, Express Truck Tax. But Christy obviously works with TruckLogics day in and day out. And so she is more of an expert in knowing how to do these things. And so I do have Christy here with me, and she is going to show you how to do the driver settlements in your account. And so I'm going to turn it over to Christy, and then I'll be back over here towards the end of our time here together today.
Hello, everyone. As Amber said, my name is Christy, and I'm going to show you an overview of how to do your driver settlement. We're going to finalize a driver settlement, marking a settlement as paid, and editing and voiding a driver payment. And then we'll have a small Q&A at the end. So what is a driver settlement? Driver settlements, they show what you owe your driver. You can pay them, edit it, or delete the driver settlement as needed. You can add reoccurring deductions and additional deductions. Also, you can add reimbursements to the driver settlements. So let's get started.
And so we are going to pause the screen just for a quick second, because we're going to switch over to TruckLogics so that we can actually show you how to do this.
Okay, so as many of you are familiar with your dashboard, this is what it looks like. And you're going to, first of all, you're going to enter your drivers in your address book. Under the driver tab, you can enter or edit any of the drivers listed here. To set up the pre-recorded or preset driver payment, you're going to click on a driver. This will open it up so that you can edit payment details. We like to coin the phrase write once, use many, so that you can manage and navigate the software quickly and efficiently as possible and get on with your day. So if you set up your client, your email, your driver's email with driver pay, you can click a default method. This will automatically import this details to the driver settlement so that you don't have to click each time on that settlement. You can do it by mile, manual pay, percentage, or pay per hour. For today's demonstration, we're going to use percentage, and you can say 30% of the hauling fee, you're given hauling fee plus surcharges, or the total income that you're going to receive. We're going to leave it for hauling fees and click save. So then you're going to go to your dispatches where your drivers are assigned, and you're going to click on the dispatch for that driver. You're going to assign them to the dispatch. Along with their equipment. And this is going to pull all of that information in from your address book so that when you click on routings, check calls, their information is going to pull in. That's going to be for them. So on your driver settlement, you'll see that this 30% that we had preset in our driver's address book automatically pulls in. So if you see everything is correct, you're going to click Save and Finalize. This moves this for payment. Now you're going to receive that or mark it for payment, and it'll move it from the dispatch to your driver's pending payments. And if you will see all the dispatches that I'm assigned to and that I'm due payment for, you can uncheck and only pay me for one dispatch at a time. Here you can add additional accessorial fees, reimbursements. Also, you can add additional deductions You're going to select how I'm paid, cash, check, credit card, electronic funds, or ACH. We're going to say electronic funds because you're going to just put that money right in my checking account. And you're going to make sure that today's date is the default. If you're needing to backdate this, you can change this date in the drop down. But for today, we're going to leave it to today. All right, so I owed, I had some expense on the road, so you're going to deduct that from my pay. We're just going to say tires. We know tires are more than $50, so, but we're going to say today tires are $50 in Wonderland.
That's a good price.
Right? And then you're just going to save it. And now your driver is ready to be paid. So, or you just paid your driver. So here you can view this, all previous payments to this driver. This is unlimited storage, so these settlements do not go away. But unfortunately, we just made a mistake on this driver's settlement. So you're going to have to void this payment. So you're just in this drop down, you're going to click void. Do you want to void the payment? Yes. And it reverts it back to pending payments. So you'll go to accounts, driver settlements, find your driver again. You can use the filter and just click go, and it'll show you all your drivers that begin with K. And you're click make a payment again. So today, that settlement you just made, that you just made the error on, you can resubmit this. You forgot to add, you forgot that those tires were actually $100. So you'll just add the $100 tires, and this updates that information. You'll have to select the electronic funds again, make sure that your paid dates are correct and that the payment balances are correct. Once you're comfortable with everything, you'll make that payment again. And that's how you view, edit, or void that payment and hear that driver's payment information again. Let's see. It's important for your bottom line, for your reports, so that when you go to your driver payment reports, you can pull this data for your drivers as well. That the system automatically brings in the data from one module to the next. That's why it's important to enter those required fields, even though you could skip some, but it's going to make your day longer. So that write once, use many is very efficient for trucking management, so that you can add all these details one time and then just click through the modules and you're done for the day.
Can you show, what about reoccurring?
Absolutely.
Deductions.
So on a driver's, you're going to set up, you'll go to that driver's account, click driver. And make sure that their payment is set up correctly. Make sure you have the number that you want and the dates and everything that they want. So then you can go to the driver settlements. And you'll go to reoccurring deductions. You're going to select this driver now. So let's see. Let's do James. This is, you're going to edit or add recurring deduction. So his recurring deductions are only for the future. So if you need a deduction for today or previous date, you have to add those manually. Recurring deductions are for the future. Okay. So you'll set up there, you'll set up your frequency, either yearly, monthly, weekly, daily, every week, what day of the week you want it set up on, the driver. You can add additional drivers and an end date. If this driver is going to be with you and you know that they're going to be there for a while, that end date it's all the way until their end of their employment. You can put that end date as none. Or they only owe you for, let's say, 6 months. You can put in by and a date or after such end, and then you're going to enter that deduction amount or edit that deduction amount and update it here.
Okay. That makes sense, and I'm sure that saves time.
Absolutely.
Again, like the examples here for insurance and things that are taken out weekly, monthly, biweekly, all of that good stuff. It's done automatically so that you're not having to add it
to the driver settlement when you're
Gotcha.
making it. Absolutely. And you'll see your next due date. So we just made sure that James's reoccurring deduction was up to date. And on the 4th, when he gets paid in a couple of days, that reoccurring deduction is automatically going to be on his settlement when you go into his driver settlements to make his payments. It will already be listed there. That's fine, James. Oh, he's not got any payments due yet. So, but if he had any payments due, you would see those listed on the pending payments. They would be here in this field.
Okay.
As pending.
Gotcha.
Or
Okay.
reoccurring, I'm sorry.
All right, that makes sense.
And the system would automatically do that depending on how you have it set up, the monthly or the weekly, it would automatically add that to that, so that when you go to make that pending payment, it's there when you make your driver settlement and you don't have to manually add that deduction. Okay.
Awesome. Well, that gives a pretty good overview of how to enter the information. And that's one of the questions that we get asked sometimes is, why do I have to enter all this information? And it might not affect what you're putting the information for there, but it can affect it down the road. And that's one of the things that makes TruckLogics easy to use, is that when you're setting up your account, and like Christy said, you're entering your drivers in the address book, the more information that you enter there, the easier it's going to be when you go back to your dashboard and you create a load and you assign that load to the driver. All of that driver's information is going to pull from the information that you entered in earlier in the address book. And so again, a lot of the stuff that you're asked to enter and in the order you're asked to enter it in, it's because it does affect down the line when you're doing dispatching, when you're assigning that load to somebody. So that's super helpful in why we have to enter the information in the address book for the drivers.
Correct.
And then how to assign that driver to the load. And then again, showing how that information from the address book is pulled onto the driver settlement, which again, then we can edit the driver settlement and then how to mark it for paid and how to pay it.
Correct.
It kind of goes all the way through from creating the load, assigning it to the driver, to making the payment.
Literally from A to Z. And also another wonderful thing is that when you create this settlement in draft form or final state, your drivers, when they're on that assigned dispatch in their app, in their hand, let's say you're in California and they're in Rock Hill, South Carolina with us, they can view their settlement immediately. They don't have to wait for you to email it to them. It's going to be in their app under their settlement on their assigned dispatch. So they're going to be able to see, oh, I'm going to get paid $1,000. And that way they can communicate to you if they feel that there's a mistake or, oh, you forgot my deduction or anything that pops up along the way.
Well, and I think it was really good how you showed how to avoid it and how to go back, because I know that happens a lot as well.
Correct.
You know, whether you just accidentally overlooked something.
Well, things happen on the road.
Yeah. Yep. And so even though you created the settlement, you can go back and edit it to correct it if need be. And sometimes those are things that that our team here has a lot of questions. Well, I did this, and how do I go back and fix it? Or how do I undo this? And so I liked how you showed how to go back and void this and then re-enter the information. Or like you said, if something happens and they have to deduct something else, or if they have to reimburse for something, they can go back and do that with TruckLogics and then send it out again.
That's right.
To be done. So so that's really great information. Again, this is a quick overview of how driver settlements are created, how they are, everything, like Christy said, from A to Z. And so this is a really great short webinar on making sure that you understand how driver settlements work in TruckLogics. And again, we have a ton of really great resources. And after this webinar, we're going to send out an email. And in that email, we'll have linked several of our how-to documents. It's our blogs where it literally takes you step by step and how to issue settlements, how to do this, how to void, and that way, when you're going through and you're learning how TruckLogics is going to work for you and your business, you're able to follow that step by step. And then I was talking to a guy the other day about creating a load, and he's like, the first time I tried to create a load in TruckLogics, it took me 5 or 10 minutes. And now he can create and dispatch a load in less than 3 minutes. Because again, there is that learning curve, but TruckLogics was created so that you can enter the information one time and, like Christy showed, from A to Z, go all the way through the process. And then again, we have all of the help text, whether it's blogs, emails, step-by-step instructions, our YouTube channel, all of that is there for you for when you are learning how to use TruckLogics for your business. All of those materials are there for you to help support you. And so we'll send out a copy of this webinar through email, and I'll also link a couple of the blogs specific to settlements in that follow-up email as well. I'm going to go ahead and pause my screen just for another quick second, and we're going to switch back over to our presentation. And we're going to have a question and answer time. And so if you do have any specific questions regarding driver settlements or anything that we've discussed today, how to avoid a driver settlement, anything like that, feel free to use the chat box down below and type your question. And we'll be happy to answer any questions here that you might have, again, regarding driver settlements. And we're just going to give it a couple seconds just to see if anybody has any questions. And if you don't have a specific question right now, that's okay. We are here Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30 Eastern time. So we are happy to help through phone, email, and chat as well. Can you please show one more time how to fix the settlement? Yes, we can. Give me 1 second. Okay, so we're back over on TruckLogics, and I'm going to let Christy walk you through how to fix the settlement.
Okay, so if your driver settlements, you need to edit or make any changes on it, you're going to go to the driver payments, because more than likely you've already issued that payment. And here you'll see all driver's payments for every driver and the date that the payment was made. You're going to click on view that payment. And it'll give you these options in the drop-down menu that says void. Since there's only one dispatch attached to this payment, we can go ahead and void it from here. Or you can view it, open it up, you can print, email, but for this is how you correct it. You're going to void it. It's going to ask you, are you sure? You're going to say yes, because the yes reverts it back to pending payments for that driver. So you'll in the drop down show all of your drivers and go back to Christy, click on make the payment, uncheck all but the one dispatch settlement that you're needing to make for her, the one for $450, and then you can add or edit any of the accessorial fees, add a reimbursement, or like in our presentation, we needed tires for $100. And you can put a description in if you want, just for your record keeping, so that that will appear on their settlement as well and let them know what that deduction was for. If you need to add a reimbursement, he had to buy $50 in gas and you're wanting to pay him back, you can put that and it'll give you fuel expense. And then it'll make that reimbursement to that driver as well and show you his final cost or his final payment here. It'll show you what the balance was, his total reimbursement, his total deduction, and then what his final payment should be, so that you can, by either cash, check, credit card, electronic funds, or ACH, pay your driver. And we're going to click electronic funds. We're going to make sure that our pay date is correct. If you need to change that, you can. So we're going to change it to yesterday because actually that driver was paid yesterday. But because we need to edit it today, we need to make sure that that payment realigns with the original date that he was paid. And then you'll click save. Okay? And then it goes back under driver payments. And you can view these driver payments. All the driver payments that were made.
So, so you showed us if they have one dispatch attached to it.
Correct.
What happens down here where it has 4 dispatches attached to it?
Okay, well, let's open it up and look. So we'll click view and you'll see that all of these dispatches were paid in one driver payment. If you need to make an edit on this one, this voids all 4 payments. So you'll have to void all 4 payments, go through the steps that we just went through. Back for that driver, it reverts it back to pending, and then you'll go back to make that payment, and all of those dispatches will be listed again, and you'll need to make your corrections and that reissue that payment again. So if sometimes it just depends on what you want to do. That's completely up to you and how you want to run your business. If you're wanting to pay them for all 4 driver settlements in 1 week, that's absolutely fine. But if that's corrected, you have to void all 4 at one time and then reissue all 4.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Awesome.
All right. I always go back to my dashboard on exiting. That's just my habit. So there you go.
All right. You are welcome. You are very welcome. All right. Let's just see if there's any other questions. All right. That looks like that's all the questions that we have. Again, we are here to help, and we have a ton of resources, and so we're happy to help you through learning how to use TruckLogics. If you haven't already started your free trial, go to TruckLogics.com and start your free trial today. We give you 15 days free, and that is so that you can learn the system, you can enter your information, we can help you through that trial period, and then we obviously then we want you to start your subscription. We want to have more we want you to have more maximize your drive time. We want you to have more coverage over your business. And so again, whether you're leased to a company, we have people who are leased to another company. They don't need all of the features that somebody who has a fleet has. So we have lots of different types of account types. So if you haven't been to TruckLogics yet, go to TruckLogics, sign up for your free account, and then we'll be happy to help you through that time. Lindsay, I will have William reach out to you. Since this webinar is specifically about driver settlements, I will have William reach out to you about your question, and I'll have him do that here in just a couple of minutes. So we'll do that that way. All right, let's see. Also, Express Truck Tax. So I mentioned earlier that we have Express Truck Tax. If you are required to file a Form 2290, Express Truck Tax is now accepting the 23-24 Form 2290. So this is for the next tax year. This is coming up here in July. Your 2290 will be due. You can already file that on Express Truck Tax. Express Truck Tax is the IRS market leader for the Form 2290. We've been in business for over 13 years, and we're trusted among most American truckers. So if you need to file a Form 2290, go ahead and get it done with Express Truck Tax. We're giving away an awesome Blue Parrot Bluetooth headset when you file before May 31st. So if you haven't already filed, go to Express Truck Tax and file your 2324 Form 2290 there. And then, as always, here's how to get in touch with us. We are here Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5:30 Eastern. You can call us, email us, and we also have live chat available as well. And so we're here to help, and we want to teach you how to use TruckLogics so that you can manage your business, whether you're leased, an owner, operator, fleet, doesn't matter, broker, service provider. We want to teach you how to use TruckLogics so that you can effectively manage your business. So thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you taking a little bit of your afternoon we love doing these little short webinars just to kind of pinpoint little specific topics so that we can help you through those. And I'll be sending out an email to you shortly, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks so much.